Right, welcome back, people. How have you been? How have you been, guys? Hope you had a great week, pretty much. Well, week. Happy Wednesday and happy Thursday today, pretty much. How have you been, guys? How have you been? We streamed Dragon's Sang on Tuesday, the Dark High, in which we made a lot of comparisons between Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 and 4.0. So I highly recommend you check out that stream in case you are interested, because precisely what you are about to see in this comparison that we are doing, precisely that's why I'm playing Star Wars: The Old Republic and Dragon's Sang at the same time, is to expose the main core differences between Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 and 4.0, and why 4.0 was so unpopular and people didn't like it, even though it's great and better than 5.0, pretty much, straight up. So 5.0 lovers can already leave the room, I guess. The worst streamer of all time. Okay, day number 2 of inverted metaphysical analysis of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Pretty much. And today I wanted to focus. Last time we did the intro with the game's story and everything. For those of you who don't know, this is my favorite game of all time, and I think it is objectively the best game of all time. I know you don't need to tell me you all disagree with me. No worries at all. But I will try to at least give you objective reasons as to why I think that it objectively is the best game of all time. Even if then of course you think something different. Pretty much 99% of people, even if those who play the game, will disagree. No worries at all. But I want to do the analysis like a defensive thesis, pretty much, right? Like a theory, pretty much. So in the inverted analysis series, pretty much, I gave a lot of reasons in the first stream, but I'll give you even more as we play through this one. Okay, so today we'll analyze something very important, because last time I checked the skill tree, I revamped it, and we'll explain it for a sec. But today we'll explain something very unique of the game, which is damage types and armor types, and as well the crafting system and the crew skills that I have not updated since 2015, so I need to do so. So we'll go to the Imperial Fleet right now and grab some material for the crafting skills, and then we'll begin straight up with Shadow of Revan. Today we'll play the expansion Shadow of Revan. I want to see if I can finish it today, pretty much. But well, pretty much. Let me. How much time do I have? 31 minutes. Okay. Then I have more steams. Don't worry. So let me remove this out of here. Here I've reorganized my skill bar. Here I've properly learned to use this type of relic, because they are. You have two types of relics now. Back then you didn't. They were pretty much always the same. But now you have this relic and this relic, and I was using 2 copies of this relic, and as you can see, the equip, the green text effect overlays. So if you have 2, you are wasting 1 of them. So this one, you can actually use it pretty much. Okay, I don't know why I cannot use it. Ah, yeah, you can use it. Why was it grayed out? Okay. So first time I'm learning how to use those new ones, but it shouldn't be grayed out. Well, whatever. People, I revamped the skill tree. Last time I couldn't understand, and this is the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons 4.0, the intrinsic abstract complexity of the skill tree. I didn't understand the beauty and the power of the death brand. And most people go for unrelenting affliction, and it's a terrible mistake. Why? Because of the effect that Death Field applies. Death Field increases area of effect damage on the target, on all of the targets once struck, and it does spread the affliction It is true. And like that, you'll probably end up dealing more damage overall. But because it deals area of effect damage and it propagates the Creeping Terror and the Affliction, but the way to go for PvP and for PvE, in my experience, is Deathbrand because of what effect it applies. It applies 7% extra damage to single target plus the 15 death marks. So it's much more at the end of the day because Death Field only increases its own damage at the end of the day because it's an area of effect skill that spreads the single target damage over time effects. This one does not spread it, but it enhances the damage. It gives itself plus all internal damage abilities 7% extra damage. This one only grants 7% extra damage for area of effect skills, which in this rotation, the only one is precisely only Deathmark. So with Deathbrand plus Demolish that increases force damage by 7% or whatever, I think it's 5 or 7%, something like that, it's much more single target damage because Deathbrand, as you can read there you can see that it says internal target damage. Well, Deathbrand affects itself. It affects Creeping Terror because you can see that it deals internal damage there, and Affliction also deals internal damage. There you can see it, internal damage. So, and Force Leech as well. So the main core of the rotation, the abilities that deal the most damage, the 4 of them deal internal damage. In this game, all classes, pretty much, except for tanks, have internal and external damage. So then with Shock, I cut all of the damage of effects, and I apply all of the damage all together, and then of course, Force Lightning deals kinetic damage, and for Demolish applies kinetic or energy damage, both of them. Kinetic or energy damage is pretty much the same. The huge difference is that energy and kinetic damage, they both respect armor. Internal damage is unaffected by armor. In this game, you can have light, medium, and heavy armor. We all use adaptive in our gear, but at the end of the day, you are locked to what your class armor is. So all of these 4 ignore the 10, 20, or 30% armor that the target player or whatever, or the NPC in PvE may have. So it is more important to boost them. That's the power of Deathbrand. Well, when I analyze the skill tree, Deathbrand is much more powerful. Then I switched Whirlwind for Phase Walk, which is mainly for PvP. It allows you to mark a location and go back to it. There you will see it. There I marked it, and I can simply do this. It's absolutely useless in PvE, pretty much. I should probably change it for Whirlwind in PvE, pretty much. So that I'll leave it there because I think we have enough. And as for the rest, that's a huge change. Also, the huge thing. See how delicate and how beautiful Dungeons & Dragons 4.0 is and the tap targeting combat system of video games. I mentioned this on Thursday, that World of Warcraft inspired Dungeons & Dragons 4.0, while Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 inspired Baldur's Gate. Is the opposite way. See how the beauty of the system that World of Warcraft pretty much created and popularized, because even if something like Lineage 2 created it, World of Warcraft is the one that popularized it in the West. Was before it, I think it was Lineage 2, it was 2003. I have Deathfield here after applying Creeping Terror and Affliction. I had kind of like here Creeping Terror and here Affliction, and then Deathfield. And that is a mistake. Why? Because Deathbrand applies that set. In the case of Deathfield, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect internal damage. But in the case of Deathbrand, since it enhances internal damage, it's better to activate it at the beginning of the rotation first, before Creeping Terror and Affliction. Why? Because like that, like that, you are enhancing the damage right at the beginning of the rotation. Right at the beginning. And then, also, if I do this, which is the setup that I had, there's another mistake. There's another mistake, which is that between Affliction and Creeping Terror, Creeping Terror and Affliction, and Shock, there are two abilities. And remember, Shock, thanks to Plague Master, finishes off all damage over time effects, and it consumes only one death mark. In the case of Creeping Terror, it will be two because of Downfall, right? So it consumes a total of 3 death marks when this is applied. And I found a way to create a rotation that pretty much does not need to consume extra death marks to be specially more powerful, because it will have 7% extra damage. It's not for newbie players, because it's difficult to figure out that you have to eliminate any other ability other than Force Leech that you are forced to use, like this here. This one has kind of needs to be there fixed at that location, otherwise I would have Shock here, because without Affliction it doesn't deal the full damage. Okay, so there's that. Then we'll do Cruise Kill. Today we won't do War Zones, other than if I end up the expansion and everything by the end of the stream. So there you can see I've been killing some people there, a lot. So pretty much we'll do Shadow of Revan today, as I analyze the damage types as I was mentioning. So pretty much, well, I gave you an intro of what it is. But before we do that, welcome to my apartment, people. Home sweet home. Welcome to my apartment. Pretty much, yes, this game has housing. Another aspect that I wanted to showcase before, it won't take me a lot of time. This game features housing. This portion, from here you can gather materials, for example, there you can gather resources. But the housing system in this game not only is the ship, you can pretty much, the original housing system was the ship, but also, then they introduced strongholds before 3.0, I think it was, pretty much before I ended up, I finished playing 2015, I think, pretty much. Strongholds. So welcome to my apartment, people. It's at the capital city of Drummond Cass. It's related to the book that I mentioned previously, to Revan. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 3, pretty much, the book Revan. And this is Knights of the Old Republic 4, 5, and 6, the different 8 stories. It's 8 games in one, remember. So, pretty much, welcome to my apartment, people. I wanted to give you a walkthrough through the apartment. I wanted to show you the apartment. Home sweet home. This is my house, my apartment, pretty much. I decorated it myself. Yes, I'm pretty perfectionist with organizing apartments. I don't know about other things, but I need things to be very tightly tidy and organized. Tightly and organized. Tightly organized and everything. So yes, as you can see, this is my Drummond Cass apartment. Yes, it's always raining. It's always raining. I love it. I love it. Here's my library room. You cannot do anything, pretty much. You can gather materials here. You can buy more decorations there, and etc. Then we'll talk about the armor and everything. Here I have my companions. Some of them are sadly naked, because when you log in after a lot of years, the armor system changes so much for them that you have to re-equip them. I will do so. That symbol over their heads means that they want to talk, because it's a Bioware game at the end of the day. And you can have conversations with them, and that enhances the companion system, that they also change it completely, and I've been investigating it. And as you can see here, this is the influence. The influence will determine how effective. This is the auction house called the GTN here, the Galactic Trade Network. Yes, you can buy a booth and have one right in your apartment. Here you have more windows. As you can see, I'm very organized. This is my personal cargo hold. You also have one on your ship, and this is the legacy storage, pretty much shared across your characters. Remember that I still need to do the server transfer for the rest of the characters. Here you have Warzone passes because when the game went free to play back then, you needed them to play PvP and operations as well, which are the end game. They are like the raids in WoW, pretty much. So where are we? These are different paintings of electronic paintings, I guess. Very modern. We have those in real life already, yeah. It's just that people don't use it. They're like tablets that you place on your desk. From the different operations back when I did them, the raids, like in WoW, pretty much. So as you can see, I decorated it myself. I have a very good sense of. Here's the mailbox, everything. I have a pretty good sense of style, I guess. This is my. You cannot do nothing. It's just housing, pretty much. But I wanted to highlight that only this portion of the gameplay mechanics is already more complex than whole games like Animal Crossing or other stuff, because in that game there's no combat. So only a small fraction of this game is better than whole other games. Here's my garage with all of my stuff. I need to play some bikes as well. You decorate like this. How uncourteous of me not to show you how to do it. You have the different hooks. Please don't crash. Don't know why it crashes. It stopped working like this just because I selected the hooks. There we go. You have different styles and layouts for the different hook styles. Basically, you can change the layout like this, for example. And, well, pretty much, let me show you a big one. There, on the walls, also you can change them. Damn it, hooks affect the game performance a lot. Now I realize. It doesn't happen to this when I'm not streaming, but in this case. For example, you can change it like that. You can apply the layout. Here, you can place a big stuff, big stuff, sorry. Something huge. Or you can also do it like this. You can do pretty much everything. We have prefab droids to buy crafting for different decorations. And pretty much I have my personnel here. There I have my. These are paintings of the different expansions that the game has had. My reception, everything. As I said, here I have my cargo hold, my wall safe, my different bolts, let's say, my bank bolts, and of course the GTN, the auction house. Drummond Cass is the capital of the Sith Empire after as it is revealed in the book Revan, which is pretty much Knights of the Republic 3. This is the capital, just like Coruscant for the Republic. This is Drummond Cass. That's why you could see that I think they were saying DK there. Yeah, it's not Donkey Kong. It's Drummond Cass. So as you can see, I chose this one. You can pick other apartments. The Coruscant one is pretty much like this. I also have it, but it's all yellow. So I like more cold colors, like blue, pretty much like dark blue and dark purple and everything. So yes, pretty much this is the second level. The other one will enter through the other side, so you can see that it's the same. There, more paintings of all of my adventures, back in 2015 with my old guildmates and friends from the US. So if they ever watch the stream, I send them a huge salutation. I don't think so because it was long ago, but just in case, I remember them all of their names. Because one thing that I forgot to mention the other day is that let's get to the. This is my backyard, I guess. This is a McKeb park, I guess. It's a whole park design. You can create your design there. I have my stuff. When you have a companion alongside you, they turn into holograms here. My statue of darkness, my Rishi symbols there. So one thing I didn't tell you, I got this one the other day. pretty nice. I applied it as soon as I got it. It's an anti-air turret. Always remember to protect your backyard, people. Here's my Uxie Beast. I love this guy. My favorite mount. So, and I got an Athema statue there. That one is not part of the set. Pretty good. You can also attach these to kind of like be dropped here. They are called strongholds in this game. They're called strongholds in this game instead of houses, but it's the same as housing. Basically, one thing I didn't tell, and look at that view. That's why this is the capital of the Sith Empire. Remember the Sith, well, originally of let's say, a very important character in the lore. Well, we'll play the story, so you will have spoilers eventually. So if you don't want to get spoilers and want to read the book, I don't know, mute the YouTube bot for a second. This is the capital of the Sith Empire. Revan discovers in that book in Revan in Knights of the Old Republic 3, alongside the Jedi exile from Knights of the Old Republic 2, Mitra Sunik or Surik. I always forget it if it's Surik or Sunik. I think it's Sunik. Mitra Sunik. Basically the protagonist of Knights of the Old Republic 1, Revan, and Knights of the Old Republic 2, Mitra Sunik, they come here to face the premise that was the original premise of the there you can see the Imperial Destroyer with the Old Republic design. See that it's different than the ones from the movies. It's very well done. And all of the apartments, and I love that it's always raining like this. Yes, as you can see, very good. Okay. I wanted to tell you the story of my guild is precisely from back from 2015. You know, back from 2015, you remember that for me playing this game is very personal and very it fills my heart with happiness because the mask, the Dreadguard mask that you see here that I took from Dreadtooth that I promised you showing last time, but they were farming it. The mask, the Dreadguard mask, was actually only possible thanks to the fact that that my guildmates helped me with it. I wanted it so bad, not just to do operations, the Operation Terror from Beyond of 1.2, but because I loved the Dreadmasters. Actually, there are characters in this game. They are part of an operation and a whole lore who are the Dreadmasters. These are the robes, the vestiments of a Dread Master. The Dread Masters were 5 powerful Sith Lords from precisely the Republic era. They are an original creation of this game. Very good. And you can find them in the Moon of Oricon that we'll visit eventually. But first I want to show you, once I show you Dreadtooth, it's a world boss. My guildmates helped me with it. The guild was Gods of War, and after I remember, I asked them if they could help me with it. I helped them a lot with war zones and PvP and everything. The guild's name was Gods of War, of Prophecy of the Five, and this is before 2015. This is 2013, 2014, and they helped me get the mask. So it's technically a gift from all of the friends that I made along the way from the US, because I was in a US server, from the different states of the US. So I remember their names. My best friend back then in game was Masteran. Then we I needed four 8 people to do it, and then the masks drop. It's a random loot. You get it randomly. The idea is that the guild has to do it 8 times. The boss responds very fast, so you can get it several times. But my guild wasn't interested in it. They did PvP most of the time, and I helped them a lot with PvP. And I asked them if they could help me get the mask, and it dropped on other guy who wasn't Masteran, was another one, and the guy gave it to me. And the guy gave the mask to me, even though he could have kept it to himself. But no, it was a totally different quality of education that people had back then. That's why I appreciate all of my Twitch community, because you all remind me of them, of that, or of my original guild of Gods of War from the US. They were all so courteous, educated, and everything. We could discuss anything, and they wouldn't get offended every 2 seconds. So pretty much, it's a gift from all of the friends that I made back then, from the US, pretty much. So then I joined another guild because eventually uh, the servers merged and everything, and I joined another one called, it was Death Squad, and the guild master, Bigamy, also loved my PvP skills, me killing people, so I was an asset that everyone loved back then, and pretty much, with Bigamy, then I played sniper, and I showed him how to, not how to play sniper, but the skill tree, pretty much. He was very good on his own. Bigamy, he had suffered, a betrayal from he established a democratic system for his guild with rotating guild leaders, and the previous guild leader had taken the guild from him. So he was recruiting PvP players in a new guild that he had to create because the original one had been stolen from him. And precisely that's where he met me, and I dealt so much damage. I dealt so much damage that we could poon his previous guild several times thanks to my damage, among the tanks and the healers that he brought. And pretty much it was like guild wars, and I helped him beat in PvP his previous guild that had been stolen from him in the past, and that's why he was always very thankful to me. And well, also, Mastaran was always with me around. We two-manned Dreadtooth once, Masteran and me. We Dreadtooth we two-manned Dreadtooth once at level 55, 60, I think it was, and then I got him the mask for him. I wanted to get the mask for him, but it didn't fit his character or something like that, and I had to keep it. That's why I also have the mask for for my sniper, and I wanted to give it to him, and he said, to hell with it, man. Let's just play some PvP. It doesn't fit my character. Oh well, but good times. No, not a lot of. We did the exact amount of damage. I remember that I was at 1 health. He had been killed. I was at 1 point of health, and pretty much we got, and then I almost died. I was at max health, and I managed to do a clutch heal at the very last second with the exact health we could beat Dreadtooth and two-man it. All right, so this is my main. That was my main lunge, pretty much my main room, and here I have 3 apartments. This is the Void Star bomb. You can do it like that. I have to redecorate some of the stuff, I guess. And yes, here, this is my old home. This is my old room with the original expansions. This is a painting from the original expansion 1.0. This is Rise of the Hat Cartel. This is when I played the most. This is what I wanted to show you precisely. That's the Datacron. Then we'll do some Datacron hunting. You have to go to the planets and you get extra stats if you find them. I mean, already half an hour with going down the memory lane. Sorry for my memory trip, people, but it's something very important to me. So, Rise of the Hat Cartel. This was peak Star Wars: New Republic, previous to this Shadow of Revan, and pretty much I think it's 3.0 when they kill the skill trees. This was the peak of the game. Is what I would choose if I had to create a private server, I guess. Pretty much Rise of the Hat Cartel, because it still is the original game with some small fixes. It won't have as much content, but it doesn't matter because The ones that we're going to play are these ones. This is Shadow of Revan, 2015, pretty much. I never played it. I was just doing PvP, even if I could have done it. And then Knights of the Fallen Empire, and down there you could see Knights of the Eternal Throne. This is my Datacron. Oh, it's like having that one there. It, it's very bright and 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 it has those particle effects there. These are my 4 paintings about war zones. These are new decorations that I was granted immediately. And this is my old desk here. This is my old desk. Pretty good. And there you have the 4 original war zones of the game. That's why I love keeping them in my in my room here. So Void Star, Alderaan Civil War. This one is not completely original. It wasn't in 1.0. This one is the Ancient Hypergates. It was 1.1, 1.2, something like that. Almost as the game started. And then Hat Ball, of course, the original Hat Ball. That we played all of the PvP arenas last time. Today we'll focus on Shadow of Revan, people. So I have to decorate this room. This one will be for my Juggernaut once we do the Legacy server transfer. And here we have another room. This one is for my Sniper, once again, after we do the Legacy server transfer. But well, no matter. For now, we'll play with the original, my favorite one, with the Razor. So I think I pretty much show you my whole home. Very beautiful. You cannot accuse me, people, of not having a bit of a style. As you can see, I'm very organized with my home. So let's get to the Imperial fleet, grab some materials, and begin with expansions. Right, today we won't do PvP. We will focus on the expansions because otherwise I get caught up and killing players and we don't do the expansions, which is what I originally wanted to do. We will also, as I mentioned at the beginning, focus on both the damage system, the influence of Dungeons and Dragons 4.0, and the armor types, crafting, and all of the internal mechanisms that make these games combat so special. Because remember, it's an inverted analysis, people. It's a perfect game that I have to do kind of like a defensive thesis, opposite of what we usually do, to at least give you some objective reasons as to why I think it's the best game of all time. But there you could see that only a single aspect of it, which is housing, is pretty much more complex than whole games like Animal Crossing, like all of the games that have housing but don't have the combat system related to it. For example, there are some very obscure examples, not only Animal Crossing, but for example on the 3DS, things like Fantasy Life have the housing aspect, but they have the combat system related to it, right? The problem of Animal Crossing, why I think it's not as good as Fantasy Life, is that it doesn't have a combat system at all, right? So in the case of this game, the decorations that you saw that I had there, they are related to the combat system and the achievement system of the game. That's a huge difference. So, let me grab some... Let me retrain the crew skills as we get there. The Shadow of Revan expansion was here. Yeah, here. Here you can see Prelude, Shadow of Revan. Sorry, I'm pretty much a beast, people. I didn't even grab the quest back in 2015. I remember seeing it and never got the quest back in 2015. Because pretty much I just did PvP. I just like killing people, just killing players, pretty much. As you can see that I still love doing there. But well, we'll grab that in a minute. Let's get to... I have to restart some crew skills. I have to restart a single crew skill, pretty much. So, let's get into the crafting system of the game, as I promised, people. Let's get into the crafting system of the game so you see the abstract complexity that it has. It was over here... Over here? No, it was somehow... They changed everything. They changed the vendors and everything, pretty much. They changed the vendors. They changed the vendors' places and everything, pretty much. I mean, the Imperial fleet lags like hell today. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's part of the crappy hero engine. That's the only weak part of the game that I addressed last time. So, we will unlearn slicing. We will unlearn slicing. I know, but first I need to get into to 100. Wait. Let me get into crew skills. I know, but I need slicing for the materials required for biochem. Give me a second. I need new schematics for biochem. Biochem should be here, right? Yeah, everyone is at biochem. Let's do it like this. I need new schematics. As you can see, those are the crew skills. One that is orange, so it actually makes us increase the overall level. So where's the anodine? Where's the other one? No critical rating. No, what's the shit? Oh well, whatever. It doesn't matter what you. Oh, this one increases force power. Oh, no. Onslaught biochem. What's that shit? Well, whatever. No, give me the force power. Isn't it the green one? The one that increases mastery and power? Oh well, whatever. We'll figure it out later. We'll get all of those. Learn the schematics. Now I'll tell you why I need biochem. In a sec. That one, just in case. How in med pack, the ones that are yellow and orange, you want those for special decorations. Oh well, whatever. You want those implants? No. Damn it. The tooltip is way too big there. No. Advanced training. I don't know what that may. Onslaught biochem. Then we'll see about that. I haven't done onslaughts yet. All right, those are the ones that we require. So bioanalysis. In this game, you have two types of crew skills. They are crafting and, let's say, investigation. Let's say the ones that provide you the materials for the crafting ones. So as you can see, I didn't have bioanalysis. I had to do it. You can do it in 1-2 days. It's not that difficult. You just send them to missions. This slicing also provides the materials, I guess, but pretty much the idea is that you want to always have biochem on all of your characters, and then you have other two available, and one of your characters needs to have bioanalysis for the crafting materials. But the idea is that you want all of your characters to have biochem. Why? Because it's the only way to use reusable steams. For example, I still cannot use them. I could use them back then, but now I cannot use them, or the most powerful steams basically. But basically they increase your stats, the steams, and then also your gear. I need arms tech, but for that I need another character because, as you can see, the maximum is 3. I think if you never subscribed, it's even less than 3, so it makes it impossible. But let me show you my gear. Here you will see what we didn't explore last time, which is the gear. The gear is actually determined by these 3 mods, and then thanks to arms tech you can apply an augmentation kit of different quality. This is MK9, the maximum is MK11, that you need to be level 80 according to what I've seen, and you apply the augment, which also provides more basically DPS. Mastery and endurance is DP. Mastery is damage. Then I've seen some new augments that provide you more damage, but we are pretty well geared because these are very expensive right now. Back then you could just buy them off the auction house and do it. Now they are crazy expensive, so the economy of the game has always been fucked, but now even more than ever. So we'll craft them. Besides, it'll allow me to explore the crafting system of the game once again, how they revamped it. So you need biochem, and you need another character. Once we bring my Juggernaut, on that one we'll have arms tech, and with arms tech we will craft the augmentation kits and it will have also bioanalysis to pretty much, you know, have the boost of the steam. So I'll create the steams here, and I'll create the arms tech, the augments on my juggernaut, pretty much. All right. Anodine cell graft. Apparently these all use that, so we'll need to produce more of that. Ah, perfect. What do I need? Nerve splitter. Ah, perfect. So first we'll have to create this one to then create the other ones, right? So let me deploy. I think the crafting trainer has them. Nerve. Ah, no, 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 no. No, you need to summon your own. Let me summon the field repair droid. That one has it. Ah, you can summon them without unmounting now. That's amazing. That's amazing. So let me. I know it's very complicated to understand the crafting system, but you'll get it as you see me play. So then the efficiency of your companion is influenced by the level, as you can see, and the level is influenced by dialogue lines, choices in dialogues that they approve. They mix the crafting system with the morality Bioware system, pretty much the one that you see in Knights of the Old Republic and everything, because it influences the combat efficiency, but also the crafting system. So we need no, not that. We need hemostatic gel, this one, nerve splicer. Nerve splicer. You should have it. Nerve splicer. Nerve splicer. Nerve splicer. So we buy a lot of them. We buy them. It's two. The minimum one is 26. And it's 26 anyways. Metamorphic cell culture. Anyways, we won't need that much. It will turn into the gray ones. Don't increase as you craft your skills. So let me do that again. We will send Talos, Ashara, and Kembal. So today, our trusty companion Talos won't be with us. I know, yes, because I had HK 51. I prepared this one as well. I had HK 51, so we'll send them. We'll make them craft. So you do it like this. If this furthers our aims, I'll do it. Like this. Yes, master. And like this. Kem doesn't talk. He's the shade from Korriban. He doesn't talk English or Spanish or anything. Okay, so as you can see, they'll finish in 3 minutes. That's why you'll see those. It will tell me when it's over. Let me also repair my gear. No, okay, perfect. Thank you for your patronage. Good, perfect. So we do all of that thing, all of that, and we start the expansion. So we'll have this window from time to time here, so I can increase the skill. Nothing else. Nothing. Promise I will. It won't be anything intrusive. Okay, so let's begin the expansion, people. Let's pick right where we left off back in 2015. I also need some augment. I'm not fully augmented yet because my relics, as you can see, I revamped my relics, but they are not fully augmented. Here I have the 5 augments from my previous gear from 2015. I need to inject them here so we are not at full power. I did a 2v1 the other day with a shitty skill tree, not shitty, not optimal skill tree, and not fully augmented. So imagine how lethal I am now. Imagine that. Okay. Okay, let's begin a Shadow of Revan expansion. I never did it. Let's pick up right where I left off back in 2015. All right, 43 minutes. Damn it! I could spend my whole life just talking about this game. Okay, let's begin with this expansion. Sorry,
I consider it an honor to call upon a fellow member of the Dark Council in this matter.
What's this all about?
You represent the last, most vital piece in my plan to shake the Republic to its very core. I'd say more, but it's better we speak in person. I promise you, together we will change the face of the galaxy. Starting with the planet Tython.
Los medios, yeah. Okay. Forged Alliances Part 1. Yeah, I remember. I never completed any of these. I feel like an uncivilized beast that just did PvP. Well, whatever. So, what about the other one? Boarding party? I know it's just a flashpoint. No worries. Oh, okay. So, pretty much over there. I know Hammer Station. Hammer Station is a flashpoint that I did yesterday, pretty much, as I was playing there. Yeah, well, whatever. There we go. So, Talos, you're with me? Good. Good, 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 good. Okay, so, dropship launch hangar is when... let me turn in the flashpoint first. Welcome to the Imperial Fleet, people, once again. Then I'll show you other place. This is where you just... There we go. Ah, by the way, they can fail in the crafting system, huh? They can fail, and you lose the materials. Yes, Kem does not speak English or Spanish or anything, pretty much.
I'm certain I will succeed.
That's why I have the...
Yes, Master.
That's why you'll see that I have the... I hope this is well enough. Well, there you can see what he said. Let me turn in this quest.
Lord Malgus, Hammer Station has been destroyed.
I have seen the reports. You faced formidable opposition. The Supreme War Master of the Adversar
This is just a
has offered
flashpoint.
his life in reparation for his people's misdeeds. The Adversec will never again pose a threat.
This is the protagonist of the game, pretty much.
They could be useful under Imperial control.
A reasonable approach. I will consider it.
More on that
I
later.
also wish to hear that intelligence has decrypted the station's data. We know how the Adversar hegemony obtained a Republic superweapon.
That's why you need subtitles in this game.
It was Republic incompetence, not malice, that resulted in the Adversec's rise to power. There is a lesson in that.
When the galaxy learns that the Republic is responsible for every death...
These are pretty much flashpoints that you can do very fast through Group Finder or alone. Then we'll do them.
Until we strike again, you may return to your duties.
Well, whatever. You can also skip them just hitting spacebar. It's just that for a lot of my audience, because I stream variety games, maybe they don't know anything about this game, and if I just spacebar, people please understand that maybe even over at YouTube I could have, you just cut the conversation and you don't understand shit. Okay, Shadow of Revan. I never played. Well, I think I tried to play it. Ah, here there are more flashpoints. Yeah, I never go to this. So a lot of the fleet is new. Okay. Okay. Well, by new I mean post 2014, 15. Okay. Okay. Phase. Remember, in phases, it's just us. It's a story phase. So, Shadow of Revan. Let's see. Darth Arcos. I remember this guy. I think it's from the Battle of Ilum or something like that. And this one was a character that they introduced, something like that. Lana Denico. The game has a very beautiful orchestral soundtrack, but I cannot play it, people. I cannot play it. Sadly, you won't see the game in all of its glory. Thank Disney and their...
If I could carry a tune, I would sing of this day. What we are about to accomplish, the galaxy will forever behold with great wonderment.
Remember, by now, the player is part of the Dark Council. Sith Lord.
We've never properly met.
Darth Arcus.
Yes, a pleasure. In my capacity as Minister of Military Offense, I have repeatedly enjoyed the fruits of your labor. And this is my most trusted advisor, Lana Benico.
The value of a great mind cannot be measured. The Dark Council is no doubt all the better for your involvement.
here you can roleplay pretty much. You can, of course, back then you could flirt and then I think you get it as a companion according to what I saw back then, and you can pretty much then the game does feature romance indeed. Uh,
You must think me gullible to serve up such empty flattery.
I meant no offense. Perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. You've been
respect the
invited
Sith
here to
Lord in
perform
the
an act
room.
once thought impossible. An attack on the Jedi Temple of Tython.
Okay.
Promising leads have been rare ever since Imperial intelligence was effectively dismantled.
I think we'll do the
However,
flashpoints then.
a source
Good.
I personally trust has alerted me to a hole in Tython's planetary defenses.
Tython
If
is
we
the
act fast and strike hard, it will absolutely ruin Republic morale. Annihilate it.
And once we've taken the temple, what then?
is the equivalent
While
of
you concern
Korriban
yourself with the assault, Lord
for the
Go will be
Jedi
tasked with
in this
keeping the
era.
temple secured.
The
So
main
long
Jedi
as we
Academy.
have control, we'll
Just like the
explore
Sith Academy is on
artifacts and
Korriban.
histories stored inside. Imagine all we can learn about the Jedi and the Force.
Damn, this is such a waste without the orchestral soundtrack, but well, doesn't matter. Why doesn't the guy over there
Does
talk?
Lord Go have anything to say about any of this? Or is he mute?
Lord Go prefers to speak through actions rather than words. In
Fine,
that
I
regard,
do
he's
so
a
as well.
flawless communicator. Your shuttle awaits. By the time you reach Tython, our first wave
It's a
will have established
flashpoint,
a
huh?
foothold on the surface.
I think it's a
I'll remain
flashpoint.
in constant contact throughout the offensive.
Oh,
Succeed in this, and together we will have signaled the beginning of the Republic's most humiliating end. Glory for the Empire!
Indeed. Let's go. Alright, get ready for some action. We are doing a flashpoint. I didn't know it was like this. I did the flashpoint back then through Group Finder, but in a group pretty much. But now we will solo it. It will be quite challenging because I don't have my gear fully updated. So it's Assault on Tython. It's the home world of the, as I said, of the Jedi Academy. So they finished the stuff, right? They finished the stuff. Send them again. So, sorry people, I have to do it like this. But there's no point wasting time. Then the time will increase and they'll take more time. Let's get to it. I'm not fully geared, but it won't matter. The final boss in this one, it's a bit tricky because it has a nasty area, not area of effect. It has several automatic spots on the ground, several area of effects.
Our initial strike team had hoped to secure the landing area by now. But enemy reinforcements have been hammering us with heavy artillery fire. There's an array of sensors out there guiding the attacks. Destroy them, and we'll finally start to make some headway.
Perfect. Alright, so this looks very... it's in story mode. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I did. I soloed it in veteran mode back then. It wasn't veteran mode. It has a different name, but it was kind of like the mid-level. It was kind of like the mid-level. Flashpoints in this game are group-oriented activities. When you play them on veteran, pretty much. This is a story. It should be easy if I remember it correctly. I think I remember it. Oh well, let's get to it, people. Let's kill some. I think I can leave the crafting stuff open. No. Can I mount? No, in this one you cannot mount. Hey, one thing's for sure, they definitely improved the graphics for this Flashpoint. Okay, oh, look at that, people, look at that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. It's the attention to detail that this game has, from the dialogue to the environment to the abstract complexity of the combat and everything. So, the GSI comments, alright, in story mode 5. Alright, it's for newbies. They are bombarding us. Let me apply my steam. I'm not at full power yet. But doesn't matter. We will soon be. Okay, well, let's see. What do we have? Assault on Tython. So remember, this is there's the objective. Beautiful graphics for 2012. I think they revamped them anyways. But no, what? Well. So, let me show you the new skill tree. As you can see, I will apply a lot of dots, as I've been doing, but now the rotation is different. As you can see, I'm a tad more powerful, but not by a long shot, but I'm still, as I've said, not at full power for my level. Anyways, it's a story mode, it should be pretty easy. Let's see how much damage that bombardment does. Huh? It does not bombard you. It definitely did. So, have to destroy this one. Destroy the artillery targeting arrays. This is the initial planet for if you roll a Republic character. Pretty much, it's not destroyed like this. Okay, let me first deal with the... I mean, these ones are way too weak. They are dying way too fast. Don't worry, the boss will hopefully prove to be a bit more of a challenge, I guess. Where's the last one? There we go. Ah, look at that, it's already green.
Tracking name targets.
Once it... I'm unfollow. I don't know what he tried to say. We never know what he tries to say. Well, let's try with this one. Okay, let's see. You are Gold Star. You should be able to survive a single rotation. Let's see. Well, half of it. Half of it. Good enough. Yeah, history mode is like this. So it will be better because it will be faster and I'll be able to proceed very fast. Complete Forged Alliances Part 1. Okay. Prelude, I think it's through here, right? I can avoid the rest of the groups. There's no point in just attacking them. They're way too weak. Look at that. This also happens in the planet of Almora, which is the second planet you visit pretty much as part of the story, that they kill each other. They're beautiful graphics, by the way, needless to say. And the combat system is absolutely the best. You can see here that the beauty of Dungeons & Dragons 4.0, which is my personal favorite because it combines pretty much the top targeting combat system of World of Warcraft and... Oh good, you survived the Force Leech, barely. I mean, this will be way too fast at this rate. I was used to the veteran... I'm used to the veteran difficulty in which you actually have to deal the damage of 4 players, more or less. Yeah, four players. I mean, you can do it with 2 or 3, and you can solo it. I could solo this one back then in veteran mode. It had a different name, but as I've said. Okay, so let me see. Ah, right. I also bought some pets to be with us. Okay. It'll be faster if I just use Storm. Shit, what's this? Continue the epic story. Alliance, blah blah blah. I don't know what I pressed there. I think I pressed R. The thing is that I tap target with E, people. Didn't you know? I know that it's weird for you to see that I'm a clicker. I'm not a... I don't use tap targeting actually. I use E to target, and then I click on my... I like clicking on my buttons here. Some people think this is a guard. It absorbs damage. It should be more or less over here. Okay, there we go. It's easy. We have tank, healer, DPS combo, so it should be easy. Ooh. What did I press there? T? Alliance. Learn how to gain influence, reward, but alliance continue to develop the eternal plan, all this, and for your... yeah, this is about the latest expansion. It's just... Okay, let me kill this guy real fast. I'll go at full power because this one will survive my attacks. I'll go full power. Full rotation and full power. There we go. Nice. Oh. Must have resisted something. There we go. Much better. I need to kill the ads there. Easy. Let's distribute our damage over time. I think a single rotation here will be enough. Well, that was faster. That was even faster. So let's go there. Go there. It's immune to stuns. Alright. One more rotation. And we are done. This is way too easy. Okay. Ah, it drops very high quality gear, but well, doesn't matter. Okay, it'll help me recover the money I spent on some goodies. So over there, I guess. Kill more over there, player. It'll be faster if I just distribute my damage over time, I think. It'll be faster because it'll kill them all at the same time. Yep. I just dot them and proceed. That one will die fast. That one will die. And this one will die as well. I mean, it's way too easy like this. Doesn't matter. I enjoy the combat system. Pretty much what's the perfect key of Dungeons and Dragons 4.0 is that it finally made the transition to real time thanks to the influence of the asymmetric action RPG genre, contrary to Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. And in the case of this game, I mentioned this last time, what makes it the best game of all time? The objective reason that I have is that... Oh, he resisted that attack. Okay. Nice. Come on, let's not waste the relic usage. There. There we go. Is how perfectly designed the integration of the ability rotation is much more tightly integrated than in World of Warcraft, for example. And I say this playing both games because remember, oh, Flesh Rider Berserk. Yeah, I remember fighting these guys. A cameo to the original planet of Tython. You can play the real instance. It's kind of like a destroyed instance created for the Flashpoint. Oh, someone else. In which they are the first enemies that you beat as a Jedi Knight or a Jedi Counselor. But as I've said, what makes this could potentially provide me arguments to tell you that it's the best game of all time, objectively. Because of the high efficiency in the integration of the ability rotation, you could see in the skill tree that we read last time how perfectly integrated all of the elements of the skill tree are, basically. How perfectly integrated they are, how tightly the rotation is designed. It's very admirable because we have to destroy 4 of these, right? Drop that. Destroy the air defense batteries. So far the story is that the Republic is weak at this moment, and it's our moment to strike. But I think I remember something about what I saw in another Flashpoint about the story. I think it's for both factions for a very unknown reason. Wink wink, Shadow of Revan. Pretty classic WoW philosophy. Oh, everything has gone to shit. Here, stop killing each other and please draw your attention to this enemy. Random enemy. Okay, so the integration. You can see how I was able to verify how much extra damage I could deal just by changing this ability. Instead of being here, activating it before the rest of the rotation. It's absolutely majestic. Like, that's something that you don't get in 3.5, in Baldur's Gate, or in Icewind Dale, or etc. that also have a very high abstract complexity. I would name Baldur's Gate one of the best games of all time, and the overall Bioware style that they created. One thing is for sure, if I had to pick a company for the best of all time, it would definitely be Bioware, before being bought by Electronic Arts, and the same included, because even if they were bought, it was still it still hadn't been sorry, infected by their shitty stuff. Okay, first boss. All right, you summon some droids there. All right, not bad. I can also give them bubbles just in case, but either one they should be it. It will die so fast you won't even realize it, people. It'll die so fast you won't even realize it. The interesting part is playing this on veteran mode on your own, and it can be somehow a challenge, because you can see they stack here. I think my damage over time will be enough. That one is dead. Ah, nice. You have a knockdown. Yeah, and then they explode. Okay. All right. Jedi Master, where are you? There we go. There you can see the effect. Assailable mental damage from internal elemental stuff increased, and as I apply demolish, there you can see that the cat is exactly at 6 death marks, and now I can reactivate it. Well, there it resisted the attack, but it doesn't matter. It normally, if the rotation works normally. By the way, the guy that we are killing is a trainer in if you play Republic. Other one is going to explode. I can also do this. He's a trainer. He's the first trainer that you meet. If you roll a Republic character, they kill it here. Very, very good storytelling. There you have that one, Vulnerable Force. That one is caused by Demolish. So like this, there I have both 7 and another 7%. Because all of my damage is pretty much force damage as a sorcerer. So I have 14 plus the death mark. That is 15. That's why I hit like a truck. But I'm still not at full power. Even without Alright, they will come to us here if I remember correctly.
You'll have to find a way to breach the entrance. A word of warning.
Yeah, pretty much here. This is.
I wouldn't expect to find the room unoccupied, were I you.
Oh my goodness.
They'll come to us. That one is dead. Alright. I think they are not coming to us. Come over here, please. Dead. I'm dead. Perfect. Yep. I should have gone for veteran mode. But I think you have to play it in story mode just to do it. Oh well, it will be faster. I think you have to play it on story mode for it to advance the story, I guess. So this is, they recycled a destroyed version. Here they started to recycle content. A destroyed version of the original temple that was originally part of the game. Alright, I also changed my bubbles. Now when they explode, they blind enemies for 3 seconds. It breaks from direct damage, but not indirect damage, which is damage over time that is not reapplied. Like when I click the ability, that's direct damage, but the rest of the damage over time is non-indirect damage. Okay, what now? Disable the emergency backup generators. Okay. There's a power outage here. This place has seen better. If you play Republic, then I'll show you the original temple. This is just an instance that they did with the temple destroyed. They just recycled. They started to recycle because the game, as I said, it was the most expensive game of all time previous to Grand Theft Auto 5. So they started recycling by 2015, and yeah. Hey, here you can. Jedi Temple grounds. Hey, what's this? Never been here. Oh, yep, it's all in ruins. What a mess. Who could have done this? People, who could have done this? Who could have achieved everything that the Empire could, which is destroying the whole Republic. The homeworld. They also destroy Korriban. Spoilers, pretty much. In another Flashpoint, if you play Republic, it's the opposite. You do it in... You go to a destroyed version of Korriban. Korriban is the homeworld of the Sith, the Sith Academy. In Knights of the Republic 1 and 2, you go there. Epic music.
You seem to have a need to do everything as loudly as possible.
They are also recycling the PvP Battle Master gear from 1.0 here.
This is the Jedi Temple. You are not welcome. Leave this sacred place now. You'll not get a second warning.
You're not. Give up. Don't need one.
That's the problem with you Jedi. I don't even give a first warning.
Alright. This boss has a very interesting mechanic. A very interesting mechanic, but I think it'll die so fast that I think we'll be able to see it. There, he's channeling the other one. You have to hit the datacrons. It's pretty much bugged. Oh well, whatever. Get your fucking buff. You have to destroy the datacron there, but I cannot target.
I will not tolerate this incursion.
You cannot target that shit, I guess.
Your presence here disgusts me.
There we go. You can see it. It's not dealing damage. You're immune. God damn it.
You could use a few lessons.
There we
I will
go.
not tolerate this incursion.
That's why the Flashpoint is called Incursion or what? Oh, he's getting faster. Nice.
The Empire's audacity is its downfall.
What? Damage over time? Ah, there we go. He has a period of immunity. Yeah, no knowledge will save you.
No death.
There is the Force. Indeed. Hey, it drops pretty high equipment. Good, nice. What else do we have to do? Ah, we are not done. Okay. Yeah, remember that guy. In veteran mode, if you solo it, it can be a challenge because the falling rocks, if they hit you even once, they can kill you kind of like almost instantly. Oh well, no matter. The Council Chamber.
Can you believe Tech Ops already remapped the secure comms? Talented slicers we have in our employ, though even they pale in comparison next to you.
Pardon the intrusion. I thought you'd want to know the Jedi Temple is now fully under our control. We have a number of Jedi Padawans in our custody. Must be recent additions. They didn't know the first thing about fighting. What would you have me do with them?
And here you can choose in your morality system, etc., what you do with the prisoners and everything, and many more options throughout flashpoints. And precisely the morality system influences the companions, pretty much. For example, knowing the personality of Talos Drelic, if I release them, I will probably gain what was it? Influence with your companions, and that will make crafting and everything more efficient, and more efficient in combat as well. So you'll see it will appear there that he approves. I think, I don't know, but I presume it because of the decision.
They're not worth the time.
I know, well.
Kill. Send them out. Let them spread word of the Empire's victory.
As you wish, my lord.
Like that, and you can choose, and they influence different companions as you.
Found it yet, Lord Go, because the blasted Jedi don't want it found. Keep searching.
The temple and its mysteries are all ours now. Darth Arcus is indescribably pleased.
I don't care to stay here any longer than I have to. Are we done?
You're welcome to do as you will. We would hope to speak with you again, but we aren't keeping you on a leash.
Of course
On
not.
behalf of Darth Arcus, I thank you. This is a banner day for the Empire. Be proud.
Alright, that was a fast flashpoint, dungeon, whatever. Oh, now look at that. Complete any flashpoint. Yeah, I never did anyone on story difficulty. I straight up went to veteran or whatever. Ah, look at that. Statue of Cold Man. Let me see a preview. It's a decoration for the Stronghold. Hey, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Nicely done. Nicely decorated. And I forgot to send them, of course. Well, I didn't want to interrupt the moment for you guys as well. In case you were enjoying the story. Craft one more.
That's what you deem best.
And this one is already at at full. So can I now produce the other ones? Hemostatic gel. Yeah, I'll need a GTN to get that. That's probably gonna probably get that from other the crew skills, crafting crew skills, other than the ones that I have. So we'll have to buy that one. I have to buy that one. Don't worry, we're at the fleet. I can buy some stuff over at the GTN, but I can go to my stronghold. Straight up, I can go to my stronghold again and do it there. So people, but you are enjoying the game. Sadly, I cannot play the beautiful orchestral soundtrack that it has. Hey, the Battle Master gear. Ah, so you can still buy it. Okay, for recovered relics. I bet you get them from doing the flashpoint. Ah, okay, that's the Battle Master gear. So yeah, they also It's this one. You can see it previewed like that, and an obelisk. Okay, well, nice. So you can actually still get it, but it won't have the banners probably. All right, let's see. Let's go back to see these new characters.
Is now in Imperial hands.
Indeed it is. All thanks to your efforts, of course.
At this very moment, Lord Go's team is exploring a hidden chamber rumored to hold the Jedi's most treasured secrets.
Better still, the Republic will be reeling right now, stupefied over the humiliation you've wrought.
See how rich
My
the
lord,
Sergeant Tarston, do you not see that I have company? Important company?
I love
of course, my
how
lord. But I've a report from Korriban. It seems the Republic, my lord. They...
Try taking a breath, Sergeant.
Yes, you're right. My apologies.
this is the other
Forces have
flashpoint.
made landfall on Korriban and sacked the Sith Academy.
The same that we did
What?
here. What a coincidence.
Retaliation so soon? What's the present status?
It's done. They've taken the academy, secured it, and reports indicate that Darth Soveros gave his life in its defense.
Our trainer over at the Sith Academy.
Leave us.
They
Darth Soveros
attacked
made a
each other.
fine addition to the Dark Council. We should all strive to be as loyal to the end.
We must reclaim the academy. What anyone with dignity would say.
Ready to shuttle for departure. I'm going to Korriban.
You're eager. Good. We need eager. At this very moment, Jedi walk the halls of our Sith Academy, our Dark Council chambers. Simply outrageous!
I'm going to coordinate with our forces on Korriban. Ensure you have a safe place to land as near the Academy as possible.
Ah, you do both of
As
them.
with Tython, I will remain in close contact with you throughout the operation.
A final note. Whoever is heading Republic operations on Korriban must be made an example of.
Yes,
Do
that
not
that I
take
agree.
Their command lead prisoner.
May the
Of
Force
course
be
not.
with you this day.
Yes. The Force be with you. and with the great Sith Empire.
Indeed. Alright, so we'll do both of them. We'll do both of them. Well, you pretty much had the story there. Yeah, I remember this one. And what's the other one? Legacy of the Rakata? I did. Okay. I did that one. That's when. Yeah, well, you'll see. Probably that's the other one that you do. Okay, let's keep going.
Not the greatest position, I know, but the lower wilds is as close to the Sith Academy as our team
It's the
can
same.
manage. The Republic's pulled out all the stops with this invasion, but we fully expect your retaliation to surpass their efforts. Fight your way up to the Valley of the Dark Lords and reclaim the Sith Academy.
Of course, this time we are taking.
Spare no one.
Indeed. This time I'm not taking fucking prisoners, of course. Indeed. Okay, damn it, they ruined the most beautiful planet in all of Knights of the Republic, but don't you worry, if you go to the normal instances, it's restored to its full beautiful glory, damn it. Only this world, not destroyed as it is now, only this world is the first thing that they crafted when they developed the game. It's the most beautiful. The Valley of the Dark Lords is the most beautiful zone of them all. It's my favorite place to be in this game. Okay, I could have jumped, but let's take the correct path. Since we're here, yeah, I did this one the other day. So, you dare take the Sith Academy. Well, I mean, this is a sacred place. Scum. There are tombs here. There's a magnificent episode in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the ending of season 6, when Yoda actually travels here. What do I need to do? Defeat ground force commanders. Who are the ground force? That guy. Commander Vemer. Okay. That should do it. Hey, it's faster if I just go for force line. For single target. Look at that guy. Well, that girl. Very close because it's going to die fast. I see another one there. I have eagle eyes for this game. No. Here. So I will kill all of them at the same time. Force Storm should do the trick. Like that. That should be enough. Don't even need a full rotation. But as you can see, people, it's so beautiful. The artistic direction of this game is beautiful. The dialogue lines and voice acting is top notch. But not only that, the how cohesive all of even the expansion stories are is absolutely amazing. Everything in this game is perfect. There you can see Death Mark and Assailable both at the same time. It's very fast, but there you can see them. Everything is so perfectly designed. The different accents that the characters have. For example, the Sith, the Sith pureblood characters, generally, since they are kind of like the original old Sith, part of the old Sith race of the original Sith Empire, they have a distinctive British accent, which is nothing but it's a beautiful allegory or reference that since this game is from Texas, since it's American, the original Sith pureblood is a reference that of course, from the American developers, that precisely they associate the accent with the old Sith Empire, just like the US was originally derived with the immigration from precisely Great Britain and Ireland and of course also Scotland and everything, and what was it? And Wales, pretty much, but mostly British and Irish in that sense. So we need one more. I better start killing so I clear the path. it's a beautiful, beautiful allegory. Because at the end of the day, like that, you realize that the developers weren't fully ignorant in the sense that that in a lot of modern games there's a commander. People don't know shit about history. I could also see it with precisely with Sacred 2, that they knew about history and everything, and with the environment and everything. So you could see that the cultural level of the developers was also high back then, and it's a beautiful reference, as I said. Hey, we got a boss there. So you captured the Cath Hounds. Ah, it's a Cathar. It's a Catman. Like oh, no, you resisted the affliction. Okay. Jedi Empath. Ah no, they are two Kata. Ah yeah, I remember from KOTOR. Yeah. The Cath Hounds were also on Korriban. Were also a native species of Korriban, but still. That should do it. Let me kill the other ones. Take that. You're not getting out of. Ah, when you kill him, the others die.
I've received
Nice.
word from Sergeant Tython on the ground.
Hmm.
It appears your arrival hasn't gone unnoticed. A Republic barricade
You
has
don't
just been
say.
fashioned to bar your progress.
Okay.
While hastily constructed, it is formidable. But we have every faith in you.
Alright. Let's see what we got here. Where do I have to go? Ah. So we have to go up, right, to the academy. Right. It's a bit destroyed, so I don't recognize it, but still. There we go, this is the arriving point. I should see the academy from here. Yeah, there it is. There's the... We were there. The Valley of the Dark. Why did they chop their heads off? Well, that one. Why did they chop that head off of that Sith Lord? I don't know if it's Tula Cord, Naga Shadow, sorry, Naga Shadow, or Ulic Keldroma. These are the legendary Sith Lords that discovered Korriban and fought throughout the centuries. You can see the ghost of Marka Ragnus in Jedi Academy 3, for example, people. So there you have the spirit, but the original Sith Lord was alive some years ago in this Old Republic period. Very fearless and powerful. They didn't use lightsabers back then. They used he used his legendary scepter, which is precisely the weapon that is the main plot artifact, key plot artifact of precisely Jedi Academy 3. Jedi Knight 3 Jedi Academy, pretty much. I have to go over there or what? Huh? What's that? Sorry, had to do it. Oh. What? That should count as a kill. Well, that surely counts as one. Where's that objective? Let me use my rocket boost. Because we were there a second ago. Right. What do you want me to do? Huh? There? That's where we... Where in those prisoner cells? Yes, indeed. It looks like that. I am not...
This time, Sergeant.
Same guy.
These Sith apprentices were holed up in a medical supply storeroom. They're injured, some of them seriously, but they're able to walk at least. Your orders.
I know, these are our guys. No. No. Save the Sith.
They're in no shape to fight. Find them someplace where they can recover.
Yes, of course. I'll see to it personally. Move out, cowards. Now!
Keep the Sith apprentices there. Alright. No. Where are the traitors that did this to the beautiful world of Korriban? We need to kill them. Damn it. As you can see, role-playing in this game is very, very easy. Thanks to how perfect it is. Indeed. You immediately get involved with this, with every bit of the story and everything. It's even better. I mean, you have to first get through the original class story, otherwise you don't have. Like this is once. Like, consider that the period that we are exploring is when you are already part of the Dark Council and Sith Lord. You already finished the main role-playing story. There's a whole build up to that point. But well, let's get right into the action, people. Full power. They will die very, very fast. Oh, nice, you got some taunts there. It's a tank. You see, 3 perfectly executing. Didn't I cast Affliction? Ah, it's resisting some of my force attacks. It's resisting some of my attacks. Oh, nice. So in this expansion they really loved their area of effect damage. That's for sure. Yeah, it's resisting some of my attacks. Remember that we are scaled down to the level that was back then. 55, it wasn't even 60. I remember making it to 60 at least, so yeah. Pretty much I stayed killing PvP for a long time. Alright. Where are the traitors that got into the Sith Academy? There we go. We've already protected the Sith apprentices. There. I can relate to them. I remember when I was an apprentice. Sith apprentice. Back in 2012, I guess. Dead end? Very dead end. Through there. They also set the chlor slugs free that are used for... These are used for practice targets for the... These are the practice targets of the Sith apprentices. As you can see, they designed the whole lore about Knights of the Old Republic. It's absolutely beautiful what they did. Absolutely beautiful what they did. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. See how they expanded the lore so much. Far beyond KOTOR 1 and 2. SWTOR, pretty much. Hey, they are not letting me enter the tombs. That's where the tombs of Tulak Horde, Freedom Nav, Nagasato, Mark Aragnos, all of the Sith Lords, the ancient Sith Lords are. As you can see, I also love the history of Star Wars, people. It's very beautiful. This period is very, very beautiful to explore because it has 1,000 times better storytelling than the movies, than everything. It's the culminate. It was written by very professional writers from Texas, rather than George Lucas in this case, and it was proven in the past that other people can write better Star Wars stories than even George Lucas. In that sense, he of course deserves all of the praise for being the original one, but still, Dave Filoni, pretty much the creator of not the director of the Clone Wars, because they had existed previously with Genndy Tartakovsky in a very small animated series. But Dave Filoni is the one that cemented the clone. Dave Filoni is the one who expanded the universe. Damn it, what did they do to the Sith Academy? God damn it. God damn it, they destroyed our beautiful academy. What are they going? Then I will show you the correct place. I mean, they even added that there. Very, very well done. This is done to trigger players who love this. Consider that this is the first zone that you are in when you start your journey in this game. Oh, the Galactic Conquest shit there. It's the first zone, so everyone is fond of this zone. It's done on purpose. I love how they play with the feelings of the players like this. Like this is where you learn how to play the game originally, and they show it to you. Look at that, this is all destroyed. Very, very well done. Okay, there's the objective. So let's kill all of the traitors responsible for this shit. These are already dead, please. That one. Alright. I should probably loot these guys. We'll do so as we return. So what are you doing with the... Here we have the slaves, if I'm not mistaken, and the prisoners as well. Complete acquired code from Master Silver. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, Master Silver stuff. Not even gold quality. Oh, come on. It's way too easy on story mode. I hate this. But well, there you could see how perfectly intertwined the classic Bioware choice and moral system is so integrated with this game that it affects crew skills, crafting, and not only that, even the fact that they show you in this Flashpoint the original place where you learn to play the game, all destroyed. Like, it's perfect how they play with those things. I think I covered already armor system pretty much, people, but just in case I'll mention it to you. The armor system, you have three types of pretty much armor: light, medium, and heavy. 10, 20, and 30% armor, but they only affect kinetic and energy attacks. And in my rotation, half of my rotation, more than half, the 4 abilities of the damage over time, they deal internal damage, so they ignore armor. You also can reduce armor, which is also quite effective, because when it goes over that limit, it deals extra damage pretty much. Deals a lot of damage if you can lower the armor of your target as well. You have that for the Sith Juggernaut, then we'll see that once I get my Juggernaut, but pretty much that's the idea. The internal damage there, the Datacrons, they destroyed the Datacrons, and that shit was a... Oh, it emits a sound. See, it emits a 3D position sound. Look at that. I bet you can hear it because of my 3D sound system. If you have headphones, you can listen it here, and now I'll change it to the other one. Now here. If you have 3D headphones, you can listen to it perfectly. What else? That is done. Kill the idiots there. Pretty much. Can I craft something in the meantime? We're almost there. 500 out of 600. Can I craft something? The new schematics that I got? No, right, because I'm lacking the stuff. Metamorphic cell structure. I think I can craft that one. Metamorphic cell... No, cell structure. No, what am I reading? Cell culture. No, I don't have it. See, for example, here the chain is broken, and you cannot craft stuff. Oh well. Send them to slicing missions then. Those will take a while. See, this is a slicing. For example, here it gives you missions, and it gives you materials.
I'm certain I will succeed.
And stuff there.
Yes, Master.
You send them there. The ones in... You have the ones in orange give you a lot. Yellow normal, green few, and gray it's useless. They won't increase this the crafting. Can't I just jump? Yes, I can. There we go. Oh, more of you guys. But well, as you can see, people, the internal... but the thing is that internal damage the internal damage is generally only damage over time. That's the thing. There are some exceptions. For example, Thundering Blast is also damage over time. Oh, that was a nice work, right? Wish I could do it. The voice acting is pretty much perfect with the different accents, and so there was I remember reading an article that, for example, you can see that the voice of the Sith Inquisitor is a bit more, and the Imperial Agent as well. It's a bit more like sneaky. The voice actors kind of like had to practice the overall tone. For example, when you listen to the Sith Juggernaut voice, since it's a melee tank, it's more like a more deep voice, and the Sith Inquisitor is more like for example, similar, let's say, more similar to my voice or your voice. It has to do with of course, the size of our throats, the tone of the voice. And in the case of the Sith Juggernaut, they picked precisely a voice actor that probably could do a very, very deep voice because of that. Just like you pick, for example, singers and to complement, to properly complement musicians. That's the idea. And nowadays, precisely because of the DEI policies and everything that, once again, liberal viewers of the YouTube channel here over at Twitch, they all left, must also be fed up of me. As always, thanks Obama for that. Always thanks Obama for that. We should always remember that, because that's when they started to be forced, companies started to be forced to pick specific voice actors. And the fact is that this game would have the perfect voice acting that it has without the deep voice of the Sith Juggernaut and the, let's say, sneaky voice of the Inquisitor and the Imperial Agent. And that is something that, sadly, or not, naturally, better said, naturally, is something specific that you are born with or not. You can practice it, etc. But the perfect voice of the Sith Juggernaut, you are born with it or not. Just like we are all born with different talents or not, that complement each other. Precisely. Just like that. We all have different talents, and they all complement each other, and we are born with them. Some you train them, some others you don't. And there you have a perfect example of how games have lost quality because of that.
You befoul the Dark Council with your presence.
Indeed.
This place was already foul. But don't worry, sis. I have no intention of staying.
It's been conveyed to me that you shouldn't be allowed to leave. Not alive, at any rate.
So it's happening. I didn't think I'd have served my purpose so soon.
Your purpose?
What are you going on about? What purpose?
We believe in a cause worth protecting, worth dying for. Let's find out if you can say the same. The Force, give us strength!
Us? Some droids friends you got there with you?
Press the attack! Thought this would be a memorable fight!
Oh, it will be. Well, not because it's in story mode for me, but it will be for you because you will die very, very fast, my friend. As you've noticed, this is one of the few games that... Ah, nice stun you got there. How much does it last?
You really think you could take me? You can't win!
Let me restart the dots. One more rotation and I pretty much think it's over. Damn it, I should have gone for damage over time so he would die like this. I forgot about this.
Really think you could take me? Thought this would be a memorable
Over.
fight.
There we go. Thank you. Ah, we got a... Oh. You explode. I mean, they loved exploding. Exploding kamikazes in these flashpoints. Ah. He failed. HK failed there.
It's happening. It's all happening. And you can't stop it.
You can't stop it. There, thanks for the cross skills there.
Tell me what you know.
No point threatening a dead man's Sith.
Damn it, give me the info. Shit. We don't give the info yet. What's
And then
going on?
that the Sith Academy is secure. I suppose saying good work would constitute a gross understatement.
This Jedi commander, he said some odd things.
I'm sure
Indeed.
Darth Arcus would like to hear about it. He's eager to offer up his congratulations in person. You've really come through for the Empire. There is so much for us to thank you for, and much yet to discuss. I hope we see you soon.
Cannot enter queue because of the maximum number of allowed pending mission reward. What? Oh. What queue? I didn't queue for anything. Oh. No, if we queue for if we queue for something, then it won't. See if I can get it very fast. There we go. Alright, people. I bet you can see what makes me love this game so much. Precisely the perfect storytelling of Bioware. Non-RP, non-ERP, non-political casual guild for new... Okay, interesting. They had to explicit non-political, but I mean the damage that the Democratic Party has done. That you cannot even say something political publicly. You won't believe it, people. You won't believe it. But back in the early 2000s and 90s, you could say political stuff normally and debate it without crazy people hating you for it. You won't believe it, but it existed. The period existed. I promise you. And let's not even talk about 80s and 70s.
And their commander, Jensen, is dead.
You won't believe it. You won't believe it. It was long upon
You
a
have
time.
served the Empire with strength and passion. I applaud you.
God damn it. God damn it. No comments.
Before he died, Commander Jensen made a comment about having served his purpose.
He did. Almost makes it sound as though the Republic sacrificed all those forces in support of some ulterior motive.
You don't
Listen,
say.
I want to be sure you understand that what you've accomplished, both on Korriban and on Tython, will be long remembered. Everyone will look back on these days as the nascent events
So
that framed
pompous.
a new foundation for the galaxy. They will see those who participated as its architects.
Always glad to be of service.
If you need any further participation, you know where to find me.
When the time comes, there will be no hesitation. That's a promise. Lana and I are indebted to you for your exemplary actions in the Empire's name. We thank you.
Yes,
Alright.
thank you. I do hope we have the chance to speak again. Preferably soon.
Glory for the Empire.
Alright. So, leave the chambers.
This is Lana Beniko. I need you to meet with me somewhere private. You may be the Empire's only hope.
Oh, this is getting interesting now. Okay. Somewhere private. Main level, there. There's the objective. Objective, give me objective. Uh-huh. This is the main level of the Imperial Fleet. What do you want me to do here? This is where you wait for your PvP queue to pop. Nothing crazy. Beautiful, beautiful vacant space though. This is what, as I said previously, this is what heaven looks like for me. Well, maybe a war zone, but this is where you wait for war zones, so it's close enough. Okay. Hey, purple materials now. It lags because of the crappy hero engine. They should have changed that. Where is it? I see. Ah, I think that one. Ah, right. You have to click on a table. Okay, yeah. Back then, all of these tables were full Yeah, I bet now this dancer would be considered objectifying as well, but there's nothing they can do about it. It was in the game right from the beginning, and etc. Back then, these were all filled with players doing role playing. These were the players who do the role playing back then. There were dedicated role playing servers for this, and where we would all hang up until the PvP war zones would pop and the operations, the raids. Yeah, why I don't have my helmet on, my Dread Guard helmet? What now?
You came. Good. I'm aware I've been somewhat quiet following your success on Tython. Don't mistake my reticence for apathy. Truth
So
is, I have a great deal to say. Now that we're alone, we can have a real dialogue.
you distrust Arcos.
Darth Arcus wouldn't appreciate you going behind his back like this.
No, I don't imagine he would. Especially considering what I have to say. Darth Arcus wasn't entirely forthcoming about his reasons for invading the Jedi Temple. Not even with me. He was after a very specific item. An artifact.
I knew
I
something.
overheard Arcus talking to Go. It did seem like they had some ulterior motive.
Beautiful
If I knew
voice
more,
acting.
I could
Bioware.
determine what that motive is. There's very good reason to be concerned about it.
Meaning?
I now believe that the Republic's attack on Korriban wasn't a retaliation for Tython. It was intended to coincide with our own attack.
See how the character representation has a cohesive relationship with the voice acting. That's why I say it's perfect, because it is credible that someone with this appearance, even if it's a toon, has that voice. That's something that a lot of modern games don't get right, because they get precisely the diversity, equity, and inclusion voice actors just to fill a quote, a check mark. And the appearance of a lot of characters in modern games, I don't know if you've noticed it, people, does not coincide with the voice. It doesn't match the voice, the tone, how low pitched or high pitched it has to be credible. In this game, they are credible because all of this was done back in 2015. But well, just so you see the consequences that decisions have consequences, like filling your company with that stuff and everything. So there you can see the cohesion. And in a lot of older games, the voices are credible, except if the budget is way too low. For example, in Spellforce, it's a case of that. So it did seem all.
Attacking Korriban, while the Empire still held the Jedi Temple, didn't make much sense to me at the time. It still doesn't.
Nor should it, not from our current vantage point. But a wider context may exist that could explain recent events. There's something in the Force that I've never felt before. It exists nowhere and everywhere at once, writhing, growing.
I should sense that as well. Are you sure?
I think I sense this growth because I'm tied to it somehow. Maybe by association to Darth Arcus. I think the Empire's in terrible danger. I'm used to offering my counsel to others. Now I turn to you for yours, Dark Lord. Will you help me?
I did not join the Dark Council to stand idly by while the Empire crumbles around me.
I knew I could count on you. I felt it. I'll see if I can't make sense of what happened on Tython and Korriban, and what all of this means. Whatever I find, I'll let you know as soon as I can. Stay vigilant, and may the Force ever serve you.
Alright, so where to? That's it. That's a prelude. I heard some objectives there. What do I get? Recover relics, precious relics, Imperial Assault HK customization. Oh, nice. Requires HK 51, 55, 51. Huh? Ah. No, the customization. Ah, right, I have to pick one of these. This one, well, no matter. And he finished there, and they provide me credits. Okay, let's open the credit boxes. Ah, yeah, true that by default in the here in the cantina it all dialogues with companions you used to came here with your companions to talk to them with the dialogues and increase their influence, so they are more effective in combat. See how perfectly organized that is. Let me sell that. Let me activate the decorations so they don't bother us in our inventory. There, increase prestige for our stronghold. Yeah, way too short for my taste. That's a way too short design of a lightsaber. Don't be degenerates, guys. Don't be degenerates, guys. Don't be degenerates. Don't be degenerates. I was going to say another one. I was going to say another one, which was the usual joke, but that we did back then in the game. Oh well. Oh well, look, I can say that it's not that bad. A person, after saying way too short for me, the design of a lightsaber, way too short for me, it would say, that's what she said. That was a classic joke from back in the 80s and from the 90s and the early 2000s in MMORPGs. Okay, don't get offended, people. Please, please, no one jump off a cliff just because I said that's what she said after that one. It's a classic joke. Okay. Okay. Speak to Lana Vanico in Manan. Oh, so they added a new world. That one is from Knights of the Old Republic 1. But they added here. Ooh. The crafting, right. I knew I was there for a reason, as I was telling my stupid joke. I knew I was there for a reason. Biochem. There we go. Fortunately, as time goes on and political correctness goes to shit, we can go back to say stupid jokes like that without censorship and shit. Oh well. It's also a melancholic joke, if you think about it. We'll craft those. What about these ones? They cost money there, but I think I have enough. Yeah, I have enough. Uh, Let me dismiss this guy. Call HK. I want to see that customization after all. To get HK, you have
charged.
you have to. It's for those of you who don't know, HK 49. I believe it was the original from Knights of the Old Republic. It was declared the best. Alright, you have to equip it to him directly. Okay. It was declared the best character ever designed in the best new character design of Star Wars expanded universe and in general Star Wars universe in a while. So where's the companion tab now? Now we have that customization. How do I apply it? What's this? It turns him into an Imperial droid. This has to be a joke. This is a joke. What's better than the original classic design? This is HK 51 instead of 49. You could get it as part of 1.0. 1.0, and you had to travel to a lot of planets to get him. Once you get him in one character, then you can unlock it on the other ones. Alright, we can now craft those legendary quality stuff. Shit. The question is, can I craft them? Definitely no. What do I need? I have a lot of those. Iridescent blue crystal. Okay, I don't care what I craft, just that it increases my... well, that increases my... There, that one. That one will do. Fresh red cell graft. Vapro sampler. Okay. Vapro sampler. Pretty much. So let's look for that. Luckily I have this guy with me. So then you can unlock it from the legacy.
Welcome to our market, potential customer.
We can play with HK a bit. You'll see how good his dialogue lines are. Vapro. There we have one. How many did I have to craft my shit? The lowest one is 30. So let's go for the lowest common denominator. 30. I mean, this stuff costs some money. Okay, it's taking a toll on my
Thank you for your patronage.
wallet. But well, it's well worth it. I need to remember to leave some money to repair my gear between missions. I'll show you another vehicle. How about this one, people? I'm still lacking my huge car. It's my Juggernaut has a huge car as well. Though technically for a Dreadmaster, going classic with some animal is better. So it fits the style better, I guess. So I don't know, right? But it's more efficient in combat. Well, no matter. There we go.
I'm certain I will succeed.
Ashara, Cam, go. Alright. We can play, no, we'll play a bit with HK for a while so you see his hilarious dialogue lines. How much time does it take? Yeah, 3 minutes. Good, that'll be fast. So, Prelude Part 2. I have a pass there. Shuttle pass to Manan. Perfect, that should do it. So let's go right from the Imperial fleet there. Problem is that if I come back, I'll probably have to come back. I'll be dropped in this zone that it has high lag. Oh well, no matter. What are you gonna do?